Hi everyone, it is Wednesday. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell, and it's time for another edition of News 2 Gives Back. This is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. We are excited to be at one of the best places to enjoy time outdoors in Nashville, and that is the Nashville Zoo. You know, it has been very busy this summer, of course, everybody out of school and whatnot, and the foot traffic has been a little bit busy here, but today with a little bit of rain it's not as busy, so we're excited to be out here and just to talk a little bit more about the safety, security side, and even more so the medical side of things too. Did you know that the Nashville Zoo has their own medical team that helps provide you with any sort of medical event that you may have here on site? So I have Kyle Reynolds here and Tim Timberlake. They are both part of the EMT safety and security team, and I want to first start with Kyle. Kyle, thank you so much for taking time, and we're glad to recognize you all. Tell us about your medical team. How many people does it consist of, and what do you all do here on a daily basis?
So our team consists of 15 to 20 people total right now, and that's a mix of security drivers, tram drivers, and EMTs. Our EMTs have backgrounds that stretch from military background to firefighters here in Nashville.
So Kyle, tell us about the type of medical emergencies that you all deal with. What are some of your most common ones that you all have seen?
So some of our most common emergencies that we see here, as you would expect, is heat exhaustion. Even in the cold weather, we still get those kinds of injuries. Another one is like skin knees, some bruises, maybe a bump on the head from the jungle gym. Little things like that. It's nothing too bad. The biggest thing with the heat exhaustion to remember is, yes, you need to drink water the day of, but it's also important you've got to drink water the day or two before as well, because you're not going to be hydrated instantly when you drink water. It takes time for it to get into your body. And that's what a lot of people don't realize when they come in here. You know, they'll tell me they've had 5 bottles of water that day, and that's great, but it hasn't had time to hydrate your body yet.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and heat exhaustion is something that we've dealt with all throughout the summer. When is the protocol in place that you all have to say, okay, we've done enough on our medical end and you have to call in external help? I mean, you all are trained people to help in medical events, but when do you have to call in external help? I'm sure that's probably rare that happens.
Yeah, so it is a very rare occurrence. It doesn't happen often. The only time that's really going to occur is if it's a case of a patient has lost consciousness or the medical injuries have exceeded what we can do here and they can be safe after we have finished. And those are the kinds of times that we're going to call out for Metro or an ambulance to come pick them up.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Tim, let me bring you in, and you're part of the safety and security. Tell us about what you all do to help make sure that everybody enjoys themselves here. You got a lot of people coming in at one time. What are some of the steps that you all take to ensure safety here on the ground?
So we've got 24-hour security. Our main thing right now with the crowds and our parking deck construction going on, we are doing a lot of traffic control out there to make sure that the kids that are getting excited and running in and the cars are paying attention and doing all that. But we do have staff continually patrolling the zoo, so if anybody ever needs assistance, they're easily be able to flag one of us down and get the assistance that they need.
That's great. And you recommend an important thing for parents to know, and even for me it's important because I have very young children. If they were to get lost here at the zoo, what do you want us to do in preparation before we even come to the zoo?
We always say take a picture of them that morning in the outfit they're wearing, because a lot of times when parents are very concerned and looking for their kids, they kind of forget what it is, and it makes it a lot easier for our staff to put it out on the radio and be able to find that child faster that way because we know exactly what they're wearing.
Sure, and I'm sure your team is very big to where hopefully we can find the child very quickly.
Oh, yeah,
very quickly. Lastly, what about some of the protocol for what people can and cannot bring in? Are there anything specific that people should know before they come to the zoo? I know this is a very extensive list on the website, but anything like specific that they should know before they come?
One of the most common questions is if they could bring their dogs or their cats, their personal pets here. We do allow service animals, but however, personal pets are not allowed on zoo property.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a big one, and that's very important. Well, thank you guys very much. Tim, thank you. Kyle, thank you. We're so excited to provide them lunch today. This is all brought to them by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. The Nashville Zoo, we're so glad to partner with them at News 2, and it's going to be a great opportunity, and hopefully as we get toward fall break, they're going to be open all year round, so be able to come out to the zoo and check it out. It's a great way to walk and get some exercise, but also to see some of the animals. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. We hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday.